Good morning, everyone. This is Thursday, February the 27th, and this is my class week. We're going to do a review on punctuation marks, commas, hyphens, abbreviations, and then we're going to talk about the Harlem Renaissance. So we won't be able to see you because we're in a PowerPoint. You can see us. Everybody's present in time. Correct? Abbreviation. What is an abbreviation? Without using the word abbreviation, what is abbreviation?
Abbreviation is a short way of writing a word.
The shorthand way of writing a word. And abbreviation is a short way of writing something very good. Some examples are Dr., Mr., Mrs., Captain, Lieutenant, Street, Road, Avenue, TV, and of course, days of the week and the month, like Monday. When writing an abbreviation, remember abbreviations begin with what?
Capital letter.
Abbreviations end with a what?
Period.
Usually abbreviations are how many letters?
2, 3, or 4 letters.
Are they ever one letter?
No.
When writing someone's name and title, capitalize what?
Person's first and last name.
Capitalize the title, Dr., Mr., Mrs., Captain, or Lieutenant. Write a period after the abbreviation. Let's try one. I like to visit my friend on Berry Street. How would you abbreviate that?
I like to visit my friend on Berry Street.
Dot. Period. Another way of writing it is just what you said. I like to visit my friend on Berry Street with a ST period. Street, ST dot period is the abbreviation for street. Another example. Mr. King hurt his knee while playing on Tuesday, June 4th. If you abbreviate, everything needs to be abbreviated in there. Huh? Everything that needs abbreviated, abbreviated.
I don't.
Micah.
You put M.R. period. Mr. King hurt his knee while playing on Tuesday, T-U-E-S, June 4th.
And June is abbreviated. Very good. Well, yeah, you would have got the whole thing wrong, though, there, too. Oh, you're right. June 4th. You already know MR is the abbreviation for Mr. and TUES is the abbreviation for Tuesday. How would you write the following using abbreviations? Kennedy.
Mission M-R-S period and Avenue C-A-V-E-T.
Very good. Writing a sentence using the title with the person's full name. On August 17th, Mr. Robert Green drove down Line Road. How'd you abbreviate that? The whole thing.
August 18th.
Well, yeah. I think they're trying to never mind. They're trying to tell you both. I'm sorry, that was my fault. Both the first and last names are capitalized. The title is capitalized and end with a period. Which sentence is written correctly? G. C. Mrs. and then you capitalize her name. Sue Hanson came to Mariposa School. Which means written correctly, Kwame. Did you even read that before you said that? You just pick the first one that you got. You can't just pick the first one that you see in multiple choice. You do that? Huh? Kwame, seriously? You're not even trying to read those sentences. I think you do too, hon. Right. Kwame, you gotta read these sentences. How is it B and you have name capitalized in B? Is name supposed to be capitalized? Hmm? That's why you have to read everything before you just pick out an answer. Can be. Micah? Very good. Kwame? Okay. Very good. So right now we're going through all of them because we seem to have mastered it pretty well. We're going to go down the punctuations now. Of course, y'all already know about capital letters, proper nouns. Make sure that when you're writing your proper nouns. Proper names are what? What are proper nouns? What's a proper noun? Specific noun or specific name? Specific name. Commas. We need commas to separate items in a list. She had a ham sandwich, a drink, a jelly, and a chocolate bar for lunch. You see that each individual item is separated with a comma. Any other reasons for commas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. What else? Very good. Commas also separate clauses. Well, let's actually semicolons. We'll do that in a second. Commas, like Candy said, when you have a conjunction like but, and, what else? But and or you have to use a comma for those. Because on the test you'll give you some sentences, and you have to tell which commas are used correctly to separate the different clauses. Pretty easy. You also use commas to separate clauses in complex sentences. The boy was playing with the football, comma, which had been signed by Wayne Rooney. So right here, you're still going to football, but you're putting a comma to separate that it had been signed by Wayne Rooney. Everybody see that? Question mark, I use question mark. Do I need a comma or do I need a semicolon? So we're going to talk about the difference between commas and semicolons. Punctuation of items on an objective test might look like these. As we got out of the car, we could smell the delicious chicken and rice that Grandma was cooking for dinner. Where do you need commas at? No change is necessary, right? Because if you were listening, if you said smell delicious chicken, rice, beans, and cornbread, then you have more than two items that you need to separate. So right now, and is enough to separate chicken and rice. And that's a complete thought.
What?
You hadn't talked about clauses, did you? Okay. So they're saying you need a comma because you're saying as we got out of the car, comma. So it's like a pause there. As we got out of the car, and I mean I wouldn't necessarily count that wrong too, because they're saying it's an introduction. They're saying that as we got out of the car, it's an introduction. Let's go there. one? Yes, ma'am. Which one of these sentences is punctuated correctly?
Where's the supposed to be? Go in there and get your folders up out of that floor.
Read it good. Yeah. Read through it.
What are you talking about?
You're finding which one is punctuated correct. Okay. Almost. The comma is in the correct place in A. But something else is missing.
Oh,
Comma on dog?
yeah, apologize.
So which one's correct? Read it carefully. Do you spell wasn't like this?
Oh, no. Oh. B?
B. Sorry, no. I'm not even reading it. Leftovers isn't even apostrophe. So it's here. See, since Grandma wasn't looking comma, Julie fills her dog's bowl with leftovers from the meal. See why the leftovers shouldn't have apostrophe. Y'all know about periods and question marks.
Is it a choppy rocking nothing?
Comma part 1. Use commas to connect introductory, interrupting, and some concluding material. I'm going to post all this, well, I'm going to post this video on YouTube, and so you can go and look it out yourself. Okay, what's the introductory? Introductory is when you're introducing the sentence. So if I say, when I came in this morning, comma, I spoke to Kennedy and Brianna. So I wouldn't say when I came this morning, I spoke to Kennedy and Brianna. I would say when I came in this morning, comma. So I'm pausing there. This is the introduction. Concluding is the conclusion. I would say, I came this morning, spoke to Kennedy and Brianna, comma. They spoke back. Interrupting is, when I came this morning, comma, happily as can be, comma, I spoke to Kennedy and Brianna. Interrupting material will include a comma before and a comma after, like I just did. Without a doubt, Jasmine will pass the comma test. If Jasmine will, comma, without a doubt, comma, pass the comma test. If these are interruptions. I'm going to test you going to have to, of course, deal with interruptions, but for now, we'll go through this on the slide. This is an example of a conclusion. Jasmine will pass the comma test, comma, without a doubt. Use a comma with a coordinating conjunction to connect two sentences. This was Candace talking about. Coordinating conjunctions and, but, for, or, nor, yet, and so. Jasmine will pass the comma test. Slacker Sam will not. Jasmine will pass the comma test, comma, but Slacker Sam will not. So a comma is needed before a conjunction. Use and alone to connect two items. Use commas and to connect three or more items. Jasmine will buy a bag of potato chips and a hot dog. Right there, a comma is not needed because you're only talking about two items. Jasmine will buy a bag of potato chips, comma, a hot dog, comma, and a soda. Semicolon. Use the semicolon to connect two main clauses. Do not use the semicolon to introduce a list. to come with a transition like such as or including or the colon does that job. Don't worry about that. We don't know that right now. Jasmine worries about her grade and statistics. Math is not her best subject. Now, these are two separate sentences. But I use a semicolon to join those together. Jasmine worries about her grades and statistics. Semicolon, math is not her best subject. So when you use a semicolon, it separates basically two sentences. Of course, I did the homework. I'm just going to go over it anyway. Apostrophe, use apostrophe with an S to show possession. Jasmine sends the cat's eyes to Professor's friend. You know that? Or use apostrophe to indicate the letter space is removed in a contraction. She can't shoot have. Excuse me, in the items that follow, choose the option that corrects an error in the underlined portions. If no error exists, choose no changes necessary. Item 1. Although Raymond will eat a grasshopper, he refuses all green vegetables, such as peas, spinach, and even cucumbers. Are there any corrections needed in so where? Take 10 minutes to read it. Go ahead. I want to hear Michael say. What do y'all think? C. Why C? Why C? Because you remember they said when you have such as, you don't need a semicolon. But semicolons only divide whole sentences. So if you have a semicolon, make sure that you say, okay, if I need a semicolon, can I take this as a whole sentence by itself? Such as peas, spinach, and eating cucumbers is not a whole sentence. So you can just comma separated there. Before his calculus exam, Scott rubbed his lucky rabbit foot and found his favorite pencil. Very good. Very good. Francine has 5 chairs, but 6 guests coming for Thanksgiving dinner. She hopes that old Uncle Ross will remember to bring an extra. Is C showing possession or C a contraction? Yeah, it's A. The chair is a new apostrophe there. It's showing, right here it's showing the chairs have possession and it's not. Chairs is plural. So it can get tricky if you're not reading it. Roseanne washed the piles of dirty dishes while Maria vacuumed the filthy rugs. They tried to complete a month's worth of housekeeping in a single hour. So remember what we said about semicolon. They separate two separate sentences. So if I take a semicolon out, I can have two separate sentences. A, very good. Y'all see why it's A? You can't, this is not a step, this, while Maria vacuumed the rug is not a complete sentence. So Roseanne washed the house with dirty dishes while Maria vacuumed the filthy rugs. I can take that as a whole sentence, and then I can go into they tried to complete a month's worth of housekeeping in a single hour. Two sentences. And this right here is saying that this right here is a complete sentence, which is not. Audrey can't leave work early, and Peggy won't help the cupcakes, so I guess I'll have to do all the baking myself. Everybody agree with him? See? Very good. During our picnic, we were tormented by insects. Ants swarming into the potato salad, bees buzzing by our ears, and a cadent jumped into Henry's open mouth. Food.
Doing our outings, our picnic. Doing our outings, our picnic.
Right.
Okay.
Remember what we said about where commas are placed during introduction.
What is this?
What? Oh, it's a colon. Colon separates items. See? Was this the whole sentence right here? Or the list of items? Which means it needs stuff. So it's really, see. Are we okay, or do you need to do apostrophe? Yeah, let's do one apostrophe. One or two. Which one is written correctly? Which one is punctuated correctly? I'm sorry. Yeah, this part, right? The night should be blue. That was me. One more before you. Oh, I'm sorry. One more. One was one punctuated correctly. Yeah. Everybody agree with her at A? Very good. Very good.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so tonight, you know, you can always come back and watch this video for reference and for aid and for help and all of that. The Harlem Renaissance. What year did the Harlem Renaissance occur? Almost a decade. Let me say a decade ago.
Wait, what?
What year did the Harlem Renaissance occur? Between what and what? No. You're close, Kennedy. No, it was a range of years between the 19 and the 19.
1930 to 1940?
Oh, go back another decade.
1920?
And 19.
1930?
What were two causes that started the Harlem Renaissance? No.
I know. I know. Because the blacks don't like it.
Okay, what were the two events? What were two events that caused the Harlem Renaissance? That led to the Harlem
The
Renaissance?
Great Migration.
Very good, and like.
I'm sorry. The war. That happened a few years later.
World War
War and the Great Migration.
another one that we talked about. The big one. And all the black people were lynched.
Oh, the summer, the red summer.
Red Summer. How can y'all forget that one? That was one of the big ones.
I didn't like that one. That's why I forgot it.
Name some artists during the Harlem Renaissance.
Bill Holiday.
Holiday.
No, Leo Jones. Straight fruit. What? That's I know one. William Henry Johnson. W.E. Du Bois. Oh, I know. Clark.
Yeah.
Augustus Samuel.
Yeah. Was Malcolm X a part of the Harlem Renaissance?
No.
Very good. What kind of movement was the Harlem Renaissance? What did it emphasize? What did the Harlem Renaissance emphasize? Put emphasis on black, what? Like
Black artists.
Black artists also made people appreciate black, African Americans, black culture. Yeah, it gave black people a chance to be involved in history. Okay, what was Marcus Garvey movement called?
Back from Africa.
Back to Africa. Very good. Back to Africa. What was he saying in Back to Africa?
That all black people should go back to Africa.
All black people should go back to Africa. What journal did W.B. Du Bois? Right. W.B. Du Bois. The Crisis. I'm thinking about the Crisis. What did the Crisis do for black people?
It helped say what black people know.
It helped black people to voice their expressions and make expressions, and it served as a political tool to change the way black people were treated. Anything else that you want to add? Or you want to act or add? Anything you want to ask, any questions you want to ask at the Harlem Renaissance, about your punctuation tips, the apostrophe.
Oh, how long is the, how many questions you gotta be
Any other questions? That's not even, that's not even a factor.
Are we gonna have on the social benefit? Is it gonna be a question on the about lynching?
No questions about lynching.
Okay, thank you. I want to say.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our mural for social studies.
Yay!
And a mural, what does a mural do, y'all?
What?
What's a mural?
It's just different colors. It's different colors.
What does it do? What does it do? It's express yourself. Very good.
Yourself.
So we're going to go on and get started on our mural. Tonight, make sure you all do really well. Make sure you go on there on Spelling City and do your spelling and vocabulary Kwame. We should have new passwords so I can get your grades in. That's the one I gave you, isn't it? Yeah. Have your mom look it up. Make sure y'all go back and look at this video if you need to.
Okay. Bye.
We're about to do our mural.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.